But first, we begin with those new threats from President Donald Trump tonight.
The president is warning Iran that the U.S. is setting up a blockade after failed negotiations between the two countries yesterday. NBC5's Chris Hush is tracking the very latest for us from our newsroom. Chris.
And Justin, within the hour, U.S. Central Command says it will begin implementing a blockade of all maritime traffic entering and exiting Iranian ports starting tomorrow morning. Once again, tensions are rising, and Chicagoans with family members in Iran are losing patience.
A promise was made to the people of Iran. Help is on the way, and the people counted on that.
Iranian civilians, Sepideh Sani's family, caught in the middle as peace talks between the U.S. and Iran crumbled Saturday after 21 hours of negotiations in Pakistan.
They're essentially just talking with extended members of IRGC. So I don't see that as any sort of benefit for people of Iran. That's just helping the Islamic regime survive longer.
We need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon.
President Trump posting on Truth Social that the U.S. Navy will now begin the process of setting up a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz if it is not reopened, adding that the U.S. military is, quote, locked and loaded. He doubled down on this message during a phone interview with Fox News Sunday morning.
It's going to be all or none, and that's the way it is. And it'll be, you saw what we did with Venezuela. It'll be something very similar to that, but at a higher level.
Iran has forced oil tankers to transit through a passage controlled by its military, with some ships being charged millions of dollars. Iranian leaders vow to keep the strait closed after saying they lack trust in the U.S. Sepideh, who hasn't spoken to her family in Iran for weeks, says civilians are still being targeted by the regime within the country. The desperation to end it is at an all-time high.
What I can hope for is for the Islamic regime to surrender and for the people of Iran to be able to take on the streets.
U.S. Central Command adds the blockade will not impede ships using the Strait of Hormuz to and from non-Iranian ports. Tonight, we are still waiting to see how Iran will respond. In the newsroom, Chris Hush, NBC5 News.